queries regarding the online BSc program from IIT Madras. Yeah. And over to Professor Pratap. And we also have Bharti, who is heading the project in IIT Madras for the online BSc project in IIT Madras. And we also have Kamala, who's coordinating the exams globally for the online BSc program. Over to Professor Pratap and Bharti.
Excuse me. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Pratap. I'm a professor in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering here at IIT Madras. And I'm one of the professors in charge of this new program we have initiated at IIT Madras. So we will share details of this program. So our Chief Project Officer in charge of the program, Bharati, is also here. We will share details. Are we expecting some more people? Balraju, should we give a few more minutes, or we can just get started anyway?
I think we can get started, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's already a few minutes since we started. Yeah. So we are very happy that we can speak to you today. I have just a few slides, about 12 slides to share with you. Where we will walk you through what is this program, what's the motivation behind the program, what is different about this program relative to any other program you may have seen, and what are the positive aspects of it. So at the end of it, please feel free to ask any questions you have. The whole purpose of this meeting is that any doubts you have, any questions you have, please absolutely don't hesitate to ask. Right. So let me just share my screen and we will get started. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
And it's in the presentation mode, I hope. Yeah, okay, so let me get started. So this is a program which IIT Madras has started very recently. We've been working on it for a couple of years, and then we finally launched it in July of 2020. So it's just about about 6 months old program. It's a very exciting program. A lot of thought went into it, and primarily it provides a way which is to education, which is very different from what is conventionally present in the Indian scenario. In India, because we have very large population of students who are very eager to get good education, aspire for good positions, and so on. But we have very limited seats. Generally, especially in the more sought after programs, we have very limited seats. Invariably, one of the defining characteristics of education in the Indian scenario is that there is an entrance exam. And a lot of students are put through a lot of pressure to prepare for these entrance examinations. And they have to spend years preparing for these entrance examinations. And invariably, you have several lakh students trying for seats in these programs. And we basically just have, because of the limitations of the campus, we only have a few thousand seats. So in the Indian scenario, often education, even though it was never meant to be that way, often education ends up being an act of elimination. You have to eliminate, out of 100,000 students, you have to first eliminate 99,000 students, and then only the remaining 1,000 students can get the education. So that's unfortunate reality of the demand and supply that's available in the campus scenario of India. So this is a program that breaks many of those barriers. So this is a way in which you can get the best education that is possible in India without having to go through the the challenges and demands of an exam such as for example the JEE. So I would walk you through what is this program, why we have done this program, and what is different about how you enter the program, how you go through the program, and how you exit the program. So this is a new program. As I said, we have it is actually open to anyone who has completed 12th standard. So this is the first point I want to make. In this slide, we are summarizing many of the key aspects of this program. So I'll spend a little bit of time on this slide, and then additional slides will augment what you're seeing here. But this captures many of the unique aspects of this program are mentioned here. So
What
first of
means
all,
POD?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go ahead. So many of the unique aspects of this program are here. So first of all, it is open to anyone who has completed 12th standard. We only require that they should have done mathematics and English at the 10th standard level. So even if they have taken some other stream during their 11th and 12th, they can still attempt this program. We have something called a regular entry. So this is the process by which typically students who are finishing their school can actually enter this program. I will talk more about this entry. We have a qualifying exam, very different from an entrance exam. So that I will talk about that in the very next slide. But once they finish that, they have a set of courses called the foundational level courses. These courses, excuse me, are meant to take students from 12th standard level and bring them up to the level required to handle the core of the program, which is sort of thought, which you can think of as the second year of the program. So everything will be taught in this program to bring you up to the level. And the second year is called the diploma level, where students can get a diploma in either programming or a diploma in data science or diploma in both of them. And then if they continue into the third year, they can complete a degree level set of courses, which are higher level lectures, and then get a degree from IIT Madras. Now, there are 3 exit points in this program. So one is what you see here. Let me move this. One is what you see here. So during the first year, if for any reason the student feels that this is not really what they wanted to do, or this is more difficult than what they wanted to do, they can exit the program. They will get certificates from the Center for Continuing Education at IIT Madras for the specific courses that they have completed. That is not a degree from IIT Madras, that is specific to those courses. At the end of second year, they can exit the program, and many times they may exit it because they may actually even get a job based on this, and it's likely, and so they can go work. And this program gives you the flexibility that you can work for 1 or 2 years and then again come back and complete the degree level courses if you wish. And then, of course, if you complete all these 3 years, you can exit to the degree. So there are actually 3 exit points here, which you see here, 1 and 2 and 3. 3 exit points in this program. 2 entry points actually. The regular entry is what is relevant to school students, which is what you see out here. We also have a direct entry to diploma for people who have previously done a bachelor's degree somewhere else, and maybe working professionals, so they don't really need these foundational level courses. They may be able to directly handle the second year courses. So actually this program is open to not just school students, it's open to entire population in a sense. Whoever has finished 12th standard and above at any point in time is actually in a position to utilize this program. What is also special about this program is that the content is given online. So the restriction of a campus and therefore the number of seats inside the campus, etc., are not there. But the evaluation is always in person. So students have to come to an examination center and write each exam. Each exam of this program is written in person under invigilated conditions, like a proper examination. And so the rigor of this process, the security of this whole process is very well thought out and well executed. So all exams are in person. And the beauty of it is that people can be anywhere in India, in fact, anywhere internationally, and still do it, because we are going to have centers all over the place based on demand. So if there are 500 students in Madurai who are taking interest in this program, we will have a center in Madurai where they can write the examination anywhere in India. So we have already done that in our first round. We have done it in well over 100 cities across India. We have done these examinations. So this is what this program is, and gives you some idea of the kind of variety there is in how people can enter and when they can exit and so on. Okay, so what is special about the process of entry into this program? So like I said, we don't have an entrance examination. So what do we have? So what we do is, we first of all see who is qualified to enter this program. Like I said, if you're finished 12th standard, and if you're just fresh out of 12th standard, we do expect that you should have joined some college somewhere, and that is a detail we can discuss later. But generally, if you finish 12th standard, you're qualified. So once you fill our form and it looks like you're qualified, you will be allowed to take our qualifier examination. For this qualifier examination, we will give you 1 month training for this examination. So this program itself will give you the training. You don't have to go for any coaching class anywhere. And what is the training we give you? we give you the first month content of this program itself. So there are 4 courses in the first semester or the first term of this program. So the student gets to see the first month of those 4 courses, and the exam is based only on that content. The exam is based on, you will have assignments even in that first month. Every week we will have an assignment, so that will help you prepare and understand what is expected of you when you take this program. And the qualifier exam will be based on this content only. And therefore, it is very different from any other exam you have attended, where you have to go and have coach, do coaching classes or prepare separately, etc. You don't have to go anywhere. This is content that we will give you. And the teachers who are going to teach that first month are the teachers of the first semester. So it is a very good way for you to gauge whether you have interest in the program, whether you have the correct aptitude for the program suits your tastes. All that you can decide during this 1 month. And if you are interested and you do well, then you can succeed in this process. So the first thing is you don't have to go through coaching anywhere else. What is the second way in which we differ is that there are no ranks. In this entire program, you'll only compete with yourselves. So there are no ranks. So we are not going to say that, in fact, I'm going to show you some statistics. We are not going to say that, we'll only take the first 2000 students after this qualifier exam. This is not going to be the case. Instead, we will have a cutoff mark for the exam. So we have a pass mark in the exam, which is 50%. So this pass mark is actually known to you ahead of time. When you go and write the exam, you already know I have to cross 50 marks and I'm qualified for the first year. And so it doesn't matter if 10,000 other students qualify, 50,000 other students qualify, or only 2,000 other students qualify. It's totally irrelevant. You do well enough to cross the 50% mark, and then you are qualified for the exam. So I will also say that, so this is the whole philosophy behind this is that a student, an interested student who is willing to work hard and is interested in getting this education can now get the education. All other barriers have been removed, completely removed. At the same time, we do maintain quality. So getting 50%, even though I say 50%, 50% means you really have to, study properly in that 1 month. In that content that we give you, you really have to practice those, assignment questions properly, solve them yourselves, attend the discussion forums that are there. So you have to be fully involved in the program as a student, and then there's a very good chance that you will succeed in the qualifier examination. So it is not without effort. It is not that it is some online thing, so it is just an easy thing. You just go type a few things and you will be in. No, not at all. I'll show you statistics of how many people are clearing the examination, but it is very doable. If you are an intelligent student, if you are an interested student, this topic appeals to you and you wish to do it, there's a very high chance that you will do it. So this is the point that we want to highlight. Okay. So, so all the details are here. You can see here, it is entry to the foundational level is through the qualifier exam. As I said, anyone who has passed 12th standard with English and Maths at 10th standard level can apply for this program and can be at any age and be studying any other college also. So no restrictions are there. So all of these things can be done. We give content, that 1 month content, which is what leads to the qualifier exam. And anyone who is qualifying through that exam is into our foundational program. So these are important aspects of this entry process. So why did we get into this, and what is so special about this area? Let me see if I can find a way to remove this. Yeah, there we go. So now there is some increasing possibility for online degrees made possible in India with this national educational policy that has come out. And why data science? It is it's an area with extremely high demand at this point in time. So a lot of industries require data science. So this is something that I would like to spend a minute or two trying to explain this idea here. So what is data science? So basically, if you take any field, let's say the current pandemic situation, there's a lot of data that is out there. There are millions of, tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people who have been infected, and many have recovered. So there's a huge amount of data on their age group, what kind of food they used to eat, which geographical location they live in, what kind of temperatures are there in those locations, previous medical history, etc. And then there's a lot of other information that, in one place, one medicine seemed to work, in another place, another medicine seemed to work, one place, one medicine was found to be useless. So there's just a massive amount of data and many factors that are varying across these data. And still, you would need to look through this data carefully in a very scientific way to correctly tell who will benefit by which medicine where. And that is a complex situation. It is not something that we can easily do the way we do, our, graph drawing of graphs in our school. You just have a straight line and somehow the presentation halted, is it? Is the presentation on? Did I pull out of the presentation?
No, sir.
Presentation is ended, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just start it again. I don't know why it ended. So I think we are back here. Just 1 second. Yeah. So 1 second. 1 second. Where is this thing? Yeah, I hope it is visible now.
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Yeah. So this is a very complex thing. So just knowing basic graph, how to draw a graph, will not help you solve this problem. Same is true for any other industry. So this is a field which is useful in a wide range of professional settings. So let's say even sports. So when you see IPL and you see one batsman comes out to play, lot of analysis goes on behind the scene to know how will that batsman play when a spinner is bowling? How does he play when a left-handed bowler is bowling? Which is the shot he will choose to do when he is under pressure? Lot of data is there. I mean, there's tremendous amount of data being collected in almost any field. You take your mobile phone and you carry it with you. There's again a massive amount of data there. What kind of shops you go, where you go, when you go, all the data is getting collected. Let's say you're an automobile industry, you're making cars. Again, let's say any car. Let's just give some example. Let's say it's a Honda car. It's made all across the world. So the same car they'll be making in like 10 different places, 10 different factories. For that, they will be getting parts from 500 different locations. And then they will find that a particular series of cars which was running in I don't know, let's say in Switzerland, those cars had a particular problem. Now how do you track back and figure out which is the source of that problem? All this requires ability to handle massive amounts of data and to reach meaningful conclusions. You have yourself seen that in this pandemic situation, repeatedly they would come up with some news saying this medicine is working. Then 1 month later they'll say no, that medicine is not working. Then 1 month later they'll say actually that previous conclusion was wrong, that medicine is working. So all this kind of stuff is going on. Reason being, analyzing this massive amount of data is not easy. So this is the thing. And it is true, it is useful for almost any field. So many industries are interested in this. And this is a program which is ideally suited for online delivery because we can do every aspect of this learning process through the online process. The government is interested in raising this gross enrollment ratio, which is basically the number of students who can be in higher studies, and out of that, what is the fraction who are actually in higher studies. So if 100 students can get into higher studies and only 25 are doing it, 75 are dropping out, then our gross enrollment ratio is 25%. So they would like to raise it. We would like to reach close to around 50% gross enrollment ratio, because that's sort of when our nation becomes a very well-developed nation, so to speak. IIT Madras, of course, and we have actually a very strong background in online education. We have been running a program called NPTEL. You can see that on the internet, NPTEL, where we have done online education for specific courses, a large number of courses, individual courses. It's not a degree, it's all individual courses, which millions, tens of millions of students are accessing and taking and writing our exams regularly every semester and getting official certificates from NPTEL. In fact, our site has been viewed by more than 1 billion people, 1 billion times rather, more than 1 billion times. And it is one of the world's largest online education site for higher education. So we have that experience. The same team that has this experience is bringing this program to you. So what do we do in the program? The first semester, like I said, has English 1. mathematics 1, statistics 1, and something called computational thinking. Again, this altered. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's pulling me out. I'll join again. I think maybe I'm touching something which I didn't realize. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Yeah, so we have a computer and a computational thinking, which is not directly programming, but understanding the thought process that goes into programming. And then, of course, second term has all these courses, which you can see. I mean, just briefly, English 2, Maths 2, Statistics, etc. The idea is to take a 12th standard student and bring them up to the level required to handle the courses that you see here in term 3 and term 4, which are the core of this program: database management systems, programming data structures and algorithms. We have business data management, machine learning foundations, etc. All of these things come in the second and third and fourth terms. And this is the core. This is where you, the student who completes this gets a diploma in either programming or in data science, or both, depending on how many of these courses they finish. 6 of these courses are in the programming stream, 6 are in the data science stream. And then, of course, the higher level electives, there are some core and electives which come in the third year, so to speak, fifth and sixth terms. The other major, what shall I say, flexibility here is that students can take this at their own pace. So this is a very important point to understand. So normally, if you go and join a college, the college already has a timetable. It says that, you have joined first semester, you should do these 4 courses. Only then you can, and you pass these 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 courses, only then you can join the second semester. Only then you can join the third semester. And then everybody is taking those 6 courses. You are under pressure to complete all of that together. Here, what we do is all of these courses are offered 3 times every year. So this, let's say this English 1, Maths 1, Statistics 1, computational thinking. So we will offer these 4 courses starting in January. So January, February, March, April, this 4-month term, this will be available. Again, May, June, July, August, again these courses will be available. September, October, November, December, again these courses are available. So 3 times they are available. So the student can choose to take these courses at their pace. So they can say, okay, in January, I have also my college exams going on because I have some other college I'm attending. So I want to do only 1 course. I will do Maths 1. In addition to my college, I'll do Maths 1 course. And then in the summer, so May, June, July, August, I don't have any classes from my college. So I will do 3 courses, English 1, Statistics 1, computational thinking. Then again, the next term starts and you have, semester things are going on. You just take 1 or 2 courses. So like this, you can pace yourself very differently. You are fully in charge of your pace. And so we give, actually this whole program, you can do in 3 years if you wish. We also give you a window of up to 6 years. So in addition to any other education you're doing, you can side by side do this. And like I said, the core is here, the second and the third and the fourth terms. So easily, by the time you finish your undergraduate degree, if you're doing any kind of undergraduate degree anywhere, you can additionally do these 4 terms of courses. So you basically have 8 courses here, and then 20 courses in all. If you want only one of the diplomas, it is only 14 courses. So that's all you have to do to finish this, which you can easily do side by side. And like I said, you could be in any field. You could be a mechanical engineer, a chemical engineer, an aerospace engineer, civil engineer, a lawyer, an accountant, just about any field, a medical doctor you could be, and then side by side do this. And this will be very useful for you in your professional setting. So just to give you an idea, of kinds of numbers we give, and this also helps you understand the, where the challenges are, etc. We had in August 3rd, some 30,000 students applying for this program, and about 20,000 of them submitted all the assignments in the first month because they all attended the first month of courses, and at the end of the first month, about 20,000 qualified to write the exam. And it was COVID, so COVID-related constraints were there. So we had about just about 17,000 people taking the exams, which was very good, given that we have a lot of COVID-related restrictions all across the country. And 8,000 people got admitted into our program. So 8,000 students joined this program in IIT Madras. And this is just some statistics, just to give you an idea that, like I said, first of all, there is no age restriction. So anybody, so this would be the crowd that has just finished high school. And is in college, early stage of college. So you can see a very large number of students fell in that category. Almost half the people who are in that 8,000 bracket who finally made it into this program are all students who finished high school just early stages of college. So they are there. But we also have a lot of other people. So this is, by the way, while I'm reaching out to you as students and parents of students in school, actually anybody, your relatives, your friends, anyone else can also try this program. We even have 4 people who are in the 61 to 79 age group, because they're so interested in learning. We're delighted to have them in our program. Anywhere in India, this is the other big thing. So you can get, if you're moving around, you have some other job somewhere else, your parents have some other job somewhere else, you have to move. You can be anywhere in India. This shows you a cross section of the people from Srinagar, Delhi, Lucknow, Guwahati, Kolkata. All of these people are now in our program. They are writing exams. So they are going to write from Ernakulam, Mangalore, Kolhapur. Tomorrow we have an exam. Tomorrow I'm going to an exam center to conduct the exams, and then all these students will be in their respective exam centers across the country. So the dots that you see is the exams are happening across the country. Students across the country writing their exams at centers close to their home. Our intention in making this program was to open IIT to the entire nation, and IIT Madras is truly open now to the entire nation. Anybody, any interested student, any hardworking interested student anywhere in the country can officially read with us, study with us, with our faculty, and get a degree. So this is how you can already see it is happening, and we are delighted to share this with you. We invite you to be part of the process. So I won't go into too much detail here, but just to show you that it is across all states. It's just sort of a number from the previous slide that you saw. Also, you can see here, like I said, large number of them were students, but you also have a lot of qualified professionals. So from all these backgrounds, people have joined. So very clearly, it shows you that this field of study that we are, enabling here spans all of these professional settings. And so this is nice in 2 ways. First of all, it is nice for you to see that it is, spanning across all these things. It's not simply something I'm telling you. It's truly the case. You have lawyers here. You have sales people here, of course, training and teaching people here, IT people here, healthcare, accounting, banking and finance, and of course, engineering. All of these are here. So definitely it spans all of these. And what is really nice, you see when children go to college, usually in most colleges, you see a very similar age group of people. And there's nothing wrong with it, but it also means that, you are limited to interactions with those people. And that's fine in some ways. Here, you not only have that interaction, over and above that, about half the students are of that age group. So you will have that interaction. Over and above that, you have all these professionals. So at very young age, you get to interact with professionals who will be your fellow students in this program. And so in exam centers, in online discussion forums, etc. All these senior people will also be there. You are welcome to chat with them. We will be also there on those discussion forums. So all of those things will happen. So you get a very nice perspective. These are all your classmates. In fact, if you go to foreign countries, you will often find this to be the case in their regular classroom itself. You go to a regular classroom in college in many foreign countries, especially in Europe and US and all. If you go to a college and sit, most of us from India, we just go straight school and we do undergraduate education. If you want postgraduate education, we immediately go to postgraduate education. So Indian students will all be in that age group, 21 to 25, 26 in most of the classes. You will see American students spanning the full age group. You will find some really old person there, gray-haired person sitting there, who has been working for 10 years and decided that he or she wants to get a new degree, and they have joined the class. They will all be sitting in the class, and you will get to interact with them. Now this is happening in India. You will write the examination. You will be a 18-year-old, 19-year-old writing this examination. Sitting next to you will be a person who is some senior manager in a company, maybe some well-known company, who is 40 years old. Maybe 5 seats away, there's some person who is 70 years old. So all these things will be there, and you will get to interact with them. And like I said, all these major companies are there from where people have come and joined this program. There are people from the Indian Armed Forces who are there in this program, Ministry of Finance, Defense, ISRO, CSIR, etc. So this is not something that you should be intimidated by. They are also students. They are also going to see the same course. They will be as intimidated by you as you are intimidated by them. They will be as friendly with you as you are as friendly with them. So these are all people who are attending this course because they find value in it. And we believe that this value is also equally applicable to any student who is participating in this program. Okay, so that's all I had to share as a presentation. This is our site onlinedegree.iitm.ac.in. If you visit here, you'll get all details, everything that I just told you. In addition, more details also in terms of whatever any other doubt you have in terms of what fee, when it happens, how it happens, everything is available there. We are more than happy to assist you with it. Our team usually is very prompt in responding to queries. I will also spend time here now specifically responding to your queries. And like I said, very open program, high quality program, and it's open age without age restrictions, no geographical restrictions, no background restrictions, barring some very minimal thing, and truly a way of democratizing education. We are delighted that we are in a position to offer it, and we really welcome you to utilize it. So with this, I will halt and we will open up for questions. I will close the presentation here so that it becomes easier to.
Dear students and parents, you can actually ask questions, either unmuting yourself, and you can post your question by asking. The other option is you can use the chat window to post your questions. Uh, Whichever is comfortable, feel free, but you can ask questions.
Yes, feel free if you would prefer to. I mean, you can feel free to ask. I would be very happy to hear your voice also. You can unmute if you want. You can even start your video and then speak. Totally up to you. You can even ask in Tamil. There's no problem. Tamil, Hindi, anything you can ask. We can handle it. So please go ahead. Okay, chat. I have some questions. I think so. Okay, what is this program about? First question. We explained it. Couldn't understand. It's the BSc on. Okay, okay. So already some things have been answered. Okay, connect online. Will this program be available after 3 years? Yes, it is. We expect that this program is going to be an ongoing program, and so every year we are going to have multiple admissions to it, and we expect it to be available. So please go ahead and ask. I mean, don't hesitate. We are here primarily to chat with you only. So don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, since many of you are not asking questions, I thought of asking few questions as a feedback from all of you, just to understand how many of you feel this program is, very relevant for you. You can actually post in the chat window as S message. You can just type YES in the chat. How many of you feel okay? This program is relevant for you.
I hope you are able to see the chat window, and I hope you can you know how to type post there. I think there's a chat icon right at the bottom right. You can initiate. Any questions? I mean, in fact, I don't know. Yes, I do see Fun saying yes, sir. I'm not sure how many are parents and or students here directly. Anyone who is a student here? From Sachin. Yes, Sachin, you are typing something. You said, sir, I'm not. Any queries? I mean, you want to know anything about this program? Okay, yes, you're a student. Good. So, I'm. Which class are you in, Sachin? 12th. Okay, good. So we have at least one 12th standard student in this call. Any questions? Feel free to unmute and ask. Don't hesitate. So Sachin, are you? What else are you aiming for? What are you trying to do? Can you just unmute? Would you be able to join us with by unmuting? I have put a request sent. Okay. You're not able to unmute, is it?
So I'll unmute everybody as a host. Let me see if that works.
Yeah. Please see if I think Sachin got unmuted. I
Yeah.
think.
Sachin, you can ask your query.
So I'm aiming for artificial study artificial
I'm sorry, artificial.
intelligence.
Sorry, Sachin, I couldn't hear you. Artificial intelligence, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So everyone is unmuted. So please feel free to. No. Not everyone is not unmuted.
And feel free to speak in Tamil. All of us speak Tamil here. Go ahead and ask your questions in Tamil. That's fine too.
தமிழ்ல ஏதாவது கேட்கணும்னா கேளுங்க, ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. So Balraj, do you want to unmute everyone? I mean,
So from my side, I have unmuted, sir, and I also said whoever wants to unmute can unmute themselves. That option
okay.
is there.
Oh, so they have to do that. Okay.
Yeah, they can unmute and speak.
Sir,
Yeah, please go on.
Classes will be started.
Classes. So what is happening? Like I said, we are now into the first term. So classes have now started, but we have opened up again for admissions. Like I say, see, 3 times in a year we will take in students. So almost every 3 to 4 months we will have a call saying, we are doing this qualifier process. So 2 to 3 times every year we will do a qualifier process. So right now we did one in November or so. And then since then we have been running this program. So tomorrow we have like the third examination of this current session. We will again have one more qualifier sometime in summer. So we will keep, if you come to our site, you will have the exact date of when the next qualifier is, and you can join. Anyone else? Any questions? Only Sachin
So,
said yeah. Go ahead.
Pratap sir, so the same, our session is going on YouTube also.
Okay.
So I saw a couple of questions there. I've been answering there. So
Sure.
one question is somebody is asking, why did you name it as programming and data science? It should have been called BSc in data science because that particular student feels that is more popular.
No, so that's a fair question to ask. We are offering both. I mean, so if somebody wants to actually just get a diploma in programming, so there is an option to exit with just diploma in programming. There is an option to exit with just diploma in data science, and there is an option to exit with both. So we are giving all of these options. So a student can get a certificate from us which says diploma in data science. So that option is available. It's not that it's not available. It's a choice that is there because a lot of people have a lot of interest in programming itself, and programming is taught in different ways across the country in different coaching settings. So we believe that a good programming is not always taught. I mean, people don't encounter good educational programs which focus on the good aspects of how to do it properly. And so we believe that even if you do the programming diploma, you will have a very strong background. You'll be in a much better shape to do whatever professional setting you get into. See, at the end of the day, why do we get educated? We get educated because, I mean, okay, it gives you personal satisfaction. You have to do well in a professional setting. That is the whole point of the education. So simply having a degree or having a name saying that I came from this college, that is only going to help you marginally. You have to do well in an interview. You have to get into the job. In the job, you have to do well. Only then you continue in that position. And there are a lot of students who just simply will have some degree and not be able to do well. And so we want to avoid that situation. We want you to be successful. And so our whole process is aimed at that only. Our whole process, our approach, our emphasis is all aimed at that you should succeed well. And therefore we don't hesitate to do things which may appear a little basic, but we want to do it thoroughly. So that's the idea.
And sir, another student has posted a question asking, will there be an MSc as a continuation to this program?
Okay, so this is a good question. This is a new program we have started. So we have not, first we would like this to stabilize. And in any case, somebody who completes this program, the earliest that people are going to complete is going to be another 3 years. So we have time to think about it. We have not thought about it. Right now, our focus is only on this program. So maybe eventually more MSc programs will come out aligned with this. But right now, this is a program by itself.
Yes, sir. And one more question is, will IIT Madras, help them in finding in internships, placements? Will they get a chance to come to the campus?
Yes. So that's again a very valid point. So certainly, people who are completing diploma, people who are completing the degree, we will be assisting with proper placement processes we will have in place to assist them for placement. So that will happen. We are also looking to see how best we can improve the internship process. In fact, students who are doing well in the program will be able to intern with IIT Madras professors itself. So that is there. You will get once you are in the program, you will get an official IIT Madras ID card. And certain number of privileges will be available to you, what you can access and how you can access it, etc. As such, the program doesn't have specific hours in the campus or any such thing, but you will be a formal student here, and therefore certain things you will be able to access. So once you are in the program, based on your requirements, certain things will become accessible to you.
Yeah, and so, and many of them are new to this. So will there be a support team to help them? Where do they write about these questions?
Yes.
Because
Oh,
they haven't
yeah.
joined the program yet. Who do
Yes.
they ask if they have any questions?
So on our site, I think we have a support at onlinedegree.nptel.ac.in or some such ID is there. So you can certainly post questions there. Once you are in the program, there's a lot of support. We do a very thorough support for all students. Regularly we have, in addition to the classes, in addition to whatever is there as a class, we have a lot of separate set of instructors specifically positioned to do extra problems with you, work through solutions, and so on, to get you to feel very comfortable with the thoroughness of the process. So all that is there. Yes.
So in the YouTube session, we have some who are not school students.
Okay.
There are people who had finished their diploma in mechanical engineering. Can I get a direct entry into diploma of this program?
So I think we are just evolving all the criteria for the direct entry process. Our site actually has the latest criteria. Right now we're looking at a bachelor's degree completion, and you can see whether your degree fits that. I would recommend that, it depends on how far you have been away from education. I would recommend that you see our first year content also. You can exit. It's better that you see that and then do the second year, because and we will have an exam for it, and that exam will depend on the first year content. It will be based on the first year content. It is not going to be that easy to complete if you have not done our first year content with us, because much of what we do in the first year is basic stuff, no doubt about it. It is basic stuff, and if you have done a bachelor's degree somewhere, you should have actually seen most of it. But we do it with to a fair degree of depth, which is often not there in many of the other places where they are offered. Therefore, I would actually recommend that you still see our first year content before you directly try the direct diploma. But we will have the criteria listed on our site. And so if you have a specific diploma, you can send us the details. We can tell you whether it's possible or not.
Okay, thank you, sir. And one other question is, will the students get IIT Madras email ID, IIT Madras ID card, and so on?
Yes. So once you're a formal student here, you will get an IIT Madras email ID as well as an IIT Madras ID card.
Yes, sir. So I think I have covered all the questions in the that came on the YouTube chat window.
Okay. Fine. I think we still have few minutes. If you have any questions, we will take them. Otherwise, we will close the session. Balraju or anyone else who wanted to add anything, please go ahead. We are still open for questions, so please don't hesitate. I mean, many of you have not. I mean, most of you have actually not asked anything. I mean, any concern you have, any doubt you have, ask. That's the whole idea of this session. Okay, so maybe we will close the session, Balraju. Is that fine?
Yes, yes, sir. If there are no queries, I think we can definitely close the session. Maybe we'll give one more minute for all the participants
Yeah,
to
sure,
ask
sure.
questions if they
Yeah.
have any specific questions. Otherwise, we can close the session.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, if there are any teachers in this session today, they can perhaps collect the students' questions and send it to us also. We can help you that way also. If the students are hesitating to ask you here, the teacher can help us out.
Yeah, thank you all for participating in this session. And I would also like to thank Professor Pratap to actually to give this session. And on a Saturday, he's having a busy schedule. In spite of all that, he is able to make this session. Thank you, Professor Pratap. And thank you, Bharti and Kamla. And thank you, all of you. And I would like to thank teacher and principal who's actually made this happen for all of us. Thank you, all of you. And we can actually close the session now.
Yes,
Thank you.
thanks everyone. Have a good weekend. Yeah.